We are having 9 students on board for the retail management. Vienna, am I audible? Okay, we are having the compensation class today. But in this it's the HR subject, I would engage the students for the recruitment and selection. Okay. Next class I have consumer behavior, and after that you have a class of banking and finance. So yesterday, as we spoke about recruitment and selection, that the fourth unit is already done. Fifth unit, I'm going to engage it as a webinar, which I told you. So that will be done later on. But before that, I'll get on to the sixth unit. Okay. So from fourth, I'm going to sixth, and we'll be taking fifth as a webinar, the whole thing on one day itself. So the sixth unit, you have something known as testing, reference checking, and appointment orders. And the objective of the module is to help students to know about role of reference check in the organization. So friends, you feel that once you pass out from the institute, your relationship with the institute gets over. It is not that way. In fact, what happens is, once you join a job, once you give your CV to a company and they give you a letter of intent, we call it LOI, letter of intent is not an offer letter. They say that we would like to take you on our board subject to conditions that you get this many marks in the final year and you execute a bond, you are ready to relocate to these places. They put some conditions. In case you agree to these conditions, then they will give you a offer letter. So this is how the whole system works. There is a letter of intent. After a letter of intent, they will give you an offer letter. And again, understand that the offer letter is not an appointment order. Offer letter is an offer that you can come on board with conditions that you will sign. In the letter of intent, you don't sign, you only say, I accept, I don't accept, that's all. But in the offer letter, all the clause, all the rules and regulations of the company would be given, post which you will say, I accept the offer. In the offer letter, they would have given you the breakup of your salary. What is your salary? What is your DA? What is your HRA? What are your deductions? What are your taxes? All the details would be given. What are your bonuses? What is your joining bonus? What is your relocation bonus? And once you accept this offer letter, you get an appointment order. Okay? So there are three stages. One is letter of intent, one is offer letter, and one is appointment order. Sometimes letter of intent may not be given. They may directly give you an offer letter itself. So this depends upon individual companies of how they are going to give you the offer letter or the appointment order. Now, generally, friends, what happens is you require to give all your marks cards to the company who is appointing you. Right from your SSLC up to your degree and your final degree. That is, if you have done MBA, MBA. If your final degree is only BBA, it is BBA or BCom. Now, what happens is there are thousands of universities and lakhs of colleges. And today, printing has become a very cheap activity. The best of the things you can print it at home with a good laser printer or inkjet printer, or you can have people outside also who will print and give you. To avoid any frauds, the company always gets back to us and says, this is the student who has applied for a job, and we request for a background check. We request for a background check. We get letters, we get an email, and we respond to it within 24 hours. They would have sent the scanned copies that you have given to the company. The scanned copies come back to me, and they give the details that this is the student. She has said that this is her certificate. This is her aggregate percentage. She has passed in this and this. She has passed in this year. Kindly confirm and give your opinion about the candidate. And if we give a negative opinion, your candidature in the company gets rejected. If I say satisfactory, if I say satisfactory, that goes on record that the college has given her or him a satisfactory appraisal. Not very good, not very bad. If I give good, then they take it on the face value. What happens is, when you are working with the company, if you are having some issues, if you're not doing satisfactory work there, they will see the background check and they'll see what the head of the department has given. Even if there it is satisfactory, straight away they will say thank you and move you out. That means that is your born habit. You will not change. Let us say that I would have given satisfactory feedback to your company and you actually do very good work there. Then the company will recheck and say, oh, the head of the department has given satisfactory, but she's doing good work here. That means that she is improving or he is improving. And remember, we give an honest opinion because 99% and above will be definitely satisfactory plus, and most of them are good. Again, I'm saying most of them are good. It is not only now, even if you change the company, you work in that company for 4 years, and after 4 years, you change the company, you go to some other company. That other company will also take a background check from us. These are her marks. She has said that she has passed from this specializations in this year, and how are specific traits they'll give. Was she dynamic, was she regular, so and so on and so forth, which we tick mark and we send it to them. So this is known as the reference checking. That is the sixth unit that we are doing today in recruitment and selection. So you people cannot take things very easy. You will always be associated to the institute at least for 8 to 10 years. After that, they don't ask. Maximum 4 to 5 years. Beyond that, they will not ask. They don't ask the institute. And with all ethics, we require to give a proper data. Because if we do not give the proper data, they can blacklist our company, and next time they say that their people give us a wrong information about the candidate, we will not recruit anybody from there. So if I do not give a correct data, my other batches of students will suffer. Even if the candidate is not good, if the candidate is not regular to the class, has not done well, and I try and give good, everything is good, such recommendations will spoil the prospect of my next batch of students, because the company will say that the people at the helm of the affairs in the department do not give us the correct feedback of the candidate, and hence we will not go for recruitment to that institute in future. So I will never do it. When it comes to giving the feedback, I will give a very honest, open, and transparent feedback with records. I told you we keep the records, right from attendance to your assignments, late submission, early submission, who is good, who has done additional things. The whole data would be compiled with us. Because I am there today, somebody else may be here some other day. After 4 years, we don't know who is the head of the department. Whether he comes from outside, he's internal, we don't know. So he should have the records. Sometimes I get background check of students who have passed out in 2011 when I was not here. I was not in this institute. So I have to open up all the files, see all the details, and then give this feedback. So reference checking becomes a very integral and important part of recruitment. There have been many instances where the student has given fake marks cards to the company. It is not our institute. I'm talking to you about in our country, in different places, including government jobs. Fake marks card printing. It is a racket. People do it, they seek employment, and when they get caught, they are jailed. People make changes in their marks. Everything will be correct. They'll change the last. It'll be second class. They'll edit in Photoshop, make it first class, change the marks of one of the subjects, change the total and make it first class. Change and give it. So the company gets back to us for a background check or a reference check. So this is the meaning of a reference check. You must have seen that the company will also ask you two references when they employ you. They say, give me two references. Why do they want references? Your neighbor, your teacher, your friend, somebody. So you have to give their details, their phone number, and in what way you are related to them. That is the reference check. What happens? For some reason, something happens to you. They require to contact people. So they'll be having your parents' numbers, and next the two references that you give so they can contact in emergency. First point. Second point, for some reason you suddenly leave the job without informing them and you abscond. You don't inform them. Suddenly you disappear, which happens. Suddenly you disappear. What do? They keep calling you. Your phone is switched off, or you'll change your SIM. Your address will be PG address. Your home address also would have changed. They do not know where to contact you. In that case, they will contact the two references that you have given. Usually among one of them is your relative and other would be your neighbor or somebody like that. So like this, they try to trace you where you are. Today tracing is very easy because the company will ask you to give the Aadhaar card number. And any other company that you join, they will also ask you your Aadhaar card number, UID. So they will simply find out where you are. Please give me a minute. So references are given for that. So in emergency, they should be able to contact your neighbor, your friend, your relative. And hence they do this reference check. Okay. One. So friends, what happens is when most of the students, they do not give a proper reference, and that can put you also in trouble. Many times we have seen somebody meets with an accident, parents are not reachable, they want to contact somebody at home. When the reference is correct, you are reachable. So try to understand that. Always give a proper reference when you are applying for a job. And when you give a good reference, it also carries a lot of weightage. Don't give the reference of your friend or something like that. Give a reference of somebody who has got some good credential and credibility in society. That also reflects your connect, and it reflects the type of people with you who are social with you. That's very, very important. So this has got to do with the reference, that is 441 and 42 classes. It's your module 6. Now there is something known as ability test. See, this part of the syllabus is quite, this part is a little outdated. Yet, since it is there, we are going to take it up. There's a mechanical ability test. So how do they test a candidate? What is the meaning of mechanical ability? And there's something known as clerical ability test, mechanical ability test, mental ability test, physical ability test, personality assessment test. These are the 4 tests that you require to give. When I say mechanical ability test, that means whether you have the mechanical strength to lift things, to put things in place, do you have the energy to do mechanical work, hard work? It is a mechanical ability test. Now, this is usually for the people who work in the workshops, who work in stores, where they have to lift heavy things, put it in place, arrange it. So, do they have the mechanical strength to do this type of mechanical work? So, it is not for the managerial post. Mechanical strength is usually done for people who are skilled and are doing heavy work in workshops, lifting castings, lifting machine tools. So this is known as the mechanical strength, not for everybody, only people who are doing mechanical and heavy work. People in the garage, you must have seen, to lift the tire, remove the tire, okay, put it back, put the jack, lift the car. So it's heavy work. So does a person have the ability to do mechanical work? So this is known as mechanical testing. Then you have got something known as mental ability test. This is usually done for everybody, right from the lower level labor to the highest level of officer. How does your mind work under stress? How do you respond to critical situations? What is the level of common sense that you are having? How do you respond to a customer's quick question? How do you handle sensitive issues? These tests, the mental ability tests, are taken in different ways. You may have puzzles, logical puzzles, logical reasoning, aptitude, data interpretation. So these tests will show you how mentally agile you are. So maybe next class, I'm going to have one quick agility test for you. And that's how you will understand what is the agility test. Then there's something known as physical ability test. Now please try to understand mechanical ability test and physical ability test is different. I have another 10 minutes. I will go with this part and finish it. Physical ability and mechanical ability, both are different. Okay, always remember mechanical is something that you're lifting heavy. Okay, ability is how many hours can you work, कितना टाइम तक बैठ बैठ के काम कर सकते हो. A civil engineer, how many times he can go from ground floor to the 14th floor without a lift and come back in a whole day? 5 to 10 times he has to go. Now it is not a mechanical work. See, try to understand. It's not mechanical. He's not lifting heavy things. It is a physical work. Do you have the energy to travel here and there, everywhere, quick, 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 quick? Physical ability. Salesman. Salesman is not mechanical work. It is physical. He has to drive. Morning he leaves from here, from Belgaum. He'll go to Kolhapur, finish Kolhapur work, go to Sangli, finish Sangli work, go to Miras, finish Miras work, come to Chikkodi, finish Chikkodi work, and then he'll come back to Belgaum. He covers almost 200 odd kilometers on his motorbike. Now this is physical endurance. It is not mechanical work. It is physical endurance. Can he bear that? Can he sustain that? Can she sustain that? A store manager, please answer me, one of you. A store manager, should he have mechanical ability or should he have physical ability? One of you. I'm connecting it to the subject retail management. A store manager, should he have mechanical ability or he should have physical ability? I think your class is so dull. You are so low on your energy. I actually feel very, I don't know. You all don't have the interactive nature. अब लोग क्या एमबीए बनोगे यार? क्या एमबीए बनोगे? शर्म करो. Get up and answer a simple question. Let it be a wrong answer, but I should be seeing your mics on and I should be seeing your interactions. All the mics are off.
Uh, Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, physical ability.
Very right. He should have physical ability because he is to run around from place to place to see that things are put in place. And mechanical ability, the people, supervisors will be loading and unloading it. Good, Akhila. At least I have one person who has got some energy in the MBA. Believe me, friends, if you don't have energy, if you don't have that instinct in you, you don't have the right to ask anything. It's useless. आप में वो ताकत होना चाहिए. We call you are the future of India and you don't have the energy to stand up, to get up and to speak. That's a very bad attitude. Not good for you. Somewhere you'll start becoming inferior to other students of the universities because you do not gather the strength to speak. Let it be wrong, doesn't matter. So from next class, I'm going to have everybody on the video mode. Only after that, the class and the assignments will start. Okay. So this got to do with the physical test uh, and the mechanical tests that are used to recruit people, and the mental ability test to find out how they think logically, how they think using their common sense, how fast they think in critical situations, and this is done by way of the aptitude tests. For students who want to have a who want to access some aptitude test questions that have been asked to various companies in engineering and MBA, it is free. It is a website by the name www.cogentinstitute.com. You can take down the name COGENT, Cogent Institute, INSTITUTE, institute.com. www.cogentinstitute.com. We have put in a lot of papers there, quizzes there for the students to access free. It is free. At least when you're having free time, please do it. People in different places are accessing it, and they have seen that many questions that have been given there has appeared for their aptitude test. It can be helpful for you. This is compiled by the HRs of various companies have given us these questions, and these are compiled in a very random manner. You can see, and you'll understand where you stand. तुम्हारा कितना एबिलिटी है to solve the mental ability test. All right, so we're going to stop now. This was the first class of compulsory management. Next class we have consumer behavior. So after 5 minutes, I will start the consumer behavior class, but it would be on retail management. So there are 28 students present for this class, and I would expect a little bit more interaction, or I will pick up students to interact. All right. Thank you very much, and we'll end the session.
Thank you, sir.